So hello everyone, I'm here today with the lovely Jo from Valley Mist, and we have been stocking Valley Mist for just over a year now, year and a bit I think, and they make our wonderful lip balms and some other lotions and potions that we all love and use, and yeah, the lip balms especially are extremely popular. Perfect, plastic free, all wonderful, vegan or not vegan, and all natural and really great to use. So today we are going to have a little chat with Jo and find out a bit more about the Valley Mist brand story and how it all came to be. We'll start with a few little break the ice questions and a little list all that, so if that's all right, Jo. So yeah, okay, so let's start with tea or coffee.
Okay, so generally speaking, it's always tea, but I do love a coffee. So I'll have one treat of coffee a day, and it will be nice coffee and with a bit of cardamom in it. Ooh. To counter the stimulating effects of coffee. Yeah,
very good.
So yeah, generally tea.
Fair enough.
And I don't mean Lancashire tea. I mean like herbal tea. So we make our own teas. We pick things, dry them, make our own tea.
Awesome. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, brilliant. And would you prefer a city break, beach holiday, or mountain trekking?
I suppose it depends on which Joanne you ask. If I'm really stressed, or if I was a bit younger, I'd always say a beach holiday. But I think now, a bit older, I just really feel that benefit of being in mountainous areas and trekking through woods and feeling quite small on the planet. So yeah, today I would say mountain hike.
Mountain hike, awesome, good choice. Yeah, good choice, sound choice. Favorite season?
Spring.
Same.
Spring. Yeah.
Yeah, love spring. Cool. And would you say you were a cat or dog person?
I'm allergic to cats.
Okay, so good reason to be in the dog camp then.
And I used to have a phobia of dogs, which I think I've mentioned to you on social media before.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and then the story behind that is I met a dog whisperer, and he educated me in the dog mind, and I got over my phobia, and we're going to get a puppy soon, so dog.
So awesome, cool. Okay, well, thank you for that. We are going to have a chat about Valley Mist. So I mean, do you want to start by telling us all a little bit about how you got started and what led to Valley Mist being born?
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for your support. I can't do any of this without the support from our stockists.
Pleasure.
Valley Mist started purely as a hobby. I mean, if we go really way back, it started with soap and bath bombs. My friends really liked the lip balms I made, and the conversation was, you should sell these, you should do this with them. And the reason I started making them was because I used to have such trouble with my own lips. They were always dry, they were always flaky. And I'm just thinking now, actually, how do they look? I'm not putting it on. Yeah, so it started as a hobby, and then I was like, oh yeah, okay. And then the more I looked into it and I started, and it's just like an endless rabbit hole, isn't it? And the further you go, and so it just started off as something to do, and like a passion of mine, because I like learning. I'm a big believer in that you have to constantly learn throughout your life, no matter what you're doing. So I've always been in education in one way or another. So yeah, it stemmed from just the 4 lip balms, and they were plastic-free lip balms in the tubes, paper tubes. And nobody was interested in them when I launched my business in 2016 at all. It was really difficult, and I nearly gave up. And then Blue Planet 2 happened, didn't it, in 2017? And it was almost as if overnight the world switched on to sustainable living and caring about the amount of plastic, single-use plastic that we use. And yeah, it just went from there really. A blogger got hold of my products, and then I had one stockist and then another, and it's grown from there.
Awesome, that's brilliant. And it's so funny you say that about like always learning. I describe myself as a learnaholic. Like I'm always learning something new, and then I'll discover something else and I'll be like, oh, I need to learn more about that, and I need to, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I completely
Every
relate to you on that.
You learn something, don't you? The day you stop learning, then you become stagnant, I think.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Couldn't agree more. So what would you say has been your favorite, or what is your favorite part of your business? What do you enjoy most about it?
I really enjoy developing formulas. That is definitely my happy place. And then getting the emails from customers that take time. They don't necessarily write a review, but they'll write to me and they'll tell me how a product has changed their life, and to have that. And quite often it happens when you're like, oh, I don't know whether I can do this anymore, because it's so hard to keep doing this. And then somebody will be like, oh, you've changed my life. I've had so much trouble with my lips for years. Nothing's worked. I've tried everything. I'm a lip balm addict, and you've transformed everything. So it's those emails are not letters. It's those correspondence that make a difference and really make me shine from inside.
Yeah, that's so awesome when that happens. So yeah, and I'm glad that happens, because they are awesome products. So
I think so too.
Yeah. I'm glad that people let you know that. So what's of all your products that you do, what's your favorite? What's your number one?
It would have always been the lip balms, and it still is the lip balms, but I don't actually need to use them that much anymore. So I went from needing to use a lip balm like every hour when I first started this, whereas now I can go days without needing to use a lip balm. It's just, yeah, I couldn't tell you the exact science behind it, but they're so nurturing and protective that it's just changed my need for them. So the lip balms were originally my favorites, and of the lip balms, it would be the hydrating lip balm, the minty one. But now it is definitely the Neroli micellar water for dry skin. So I have dry skin, and it's just, I really enjoy that product.
Awesome. And I know what you mean about when you say like using the lip balms and how you sort of need them more frequently and then less and less. And I mean, I haven't looked into this anywhere near as much as you will have done, but I really think it's because like most lip balms are sort of that you get off the shelf are petroleum based, and it kind of creates a seal on your lips, and they can't do their own job. Does that make sense? No. Whereas with yours, it's actually helping the lips, like it's actually hydrating them rather than just blocking, and letting them breathe and do their job as well.
Exactly, yeah. They seem to create this barrier that prevents loss, but moisture. But at the same time, they nurture the skin because of the natural ingredients that's in there, and I think particularly the really high content of cocoa butter. It's just so nurturing, isn't it, as a lip balm? So yeah, I really enjoy the hydrating lip balm.
Yeah, they're really good. And my kids love them as well, actually. They take them to school and carry them around, and they're like, putting on my special lip balm. Yeah, so yeah, they really love them as well. So we're all armed with them throughout the autumn and winter especially, but I do use it all year because I don't wear lipstick or anything.
No,
I never have, but yeah, always got my handy lip balm ready to go.
That's great to hear.
So is there put you on the spot a little bit, is there a did you know about your brand that maybe people wouldn't realize, or is a slightly?
Absolutely. I've only just realized, like really recently, that people aren't aware that the charity products, so 8.5% of the profits from the lip balms, the soaps and the candles, they're all charity products. So when I get on top of my books and when I'm on top of things, I work out all the maths and donate to either the Lancashire Wildlife Trust or the World Land Trust. And the World Land Trust is this phenomenal, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's this awesome charity that they buy land and secure it for the future forever. It just prevents deforestation, prevents, they have a wildfire response team. They work with local communities. So it's not the World Land Trust that own the land, it's the local communities that own the land. And it's part of this agreement to create wildlife corridors, just preserving the already ancient woodlands that exist, and securing it for the future. And for me, that has got to be the best charity when it comes to sustainability, because it's great to plant a tree. I know there's all this drive to plant a tree, but save the trees that we already have, save the natural environment that we already have, and preserve that for the future. So yes, that's one thing people don't really know about my brand, and awesome. I really need to promote that more than I do.
No, it is awesome. And you're right, the World Land Trust is an amazing charity. They do an amazing work. So yeah, that's really good. And what would you...
Sorry to interrupt you there. And it's actually endorsed by David Attenborough as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes. So it must be good, because he knows things. So I mean, obviously you said like between 2016 to 2017 was a really tough year for you and Valley Mist. Yes. But overall, I mean, even since that time, have you noticed that people's habits are changing and sort of buying habits and general awareness? Do you think it's changing for the...
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a huge interest for anything sustainable now, isn't there? We've just recently opened a shop. So we have the Valley Mist products on one side, and then we have like a refill shop on the other side of the shop. And the interest for all of it, people come in and they just want to talk about it, and they're wanting to make these changes and willing to learn. And so many people even now are still not quite fully understanding of the problems. And so like the microplastics and the I don't know if you've heard of guppy bags, you'll have heard of guppy bags. That again for me is a huge problem that we face, that those guppy bags solve. So like you can walk into a supermarket and see all these microfiber,
yeah.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Yeah, and people are just not aware that each time they wash these things, that they're polluting our water system at a scale that we cannot really control. There's still so much that we need to do. We're still way behind where we need to be. But those changes that people are getting on board with, they will make a difference. But what we really need is the government to be more involved with the noises that they make about being on board with all the changes that need to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it does. I always say like everyone can make a difference, because we all made a difference to the undoing. So we can all make a difference in the redoing. And but I agree, if the government actually was a bit more proactive, that would really help. But that's a long other story that we probably don't have time to go down. But yeah, I think every little change that someone can make definitely makes a difference. So what would be based on that, what would be your number one tip for someone who perhaps is just starting out on their eco journey, or is even a little way into it? What's your number one tip, do you think, for being eco-friendly?
Right. I need a few hours to think about that one.
It's quite hard.
Well, to not focus on Valley Mist would be, if I was to separate it into two, to like Valley Mist products or the whole starting to live more sustainably. I really don't feel like I'm in a position to tell people. I feel a bit awkward about that question because I could talk about for hours about this subject.
Don't worry then. You don't have to answer it. It's fine.
For me personally, the biggest sustainable swap I have made that has drastically changed my life, and I feel really good about it, is reusable menstrual cups. So I had one for about 1.5 years before I would even use it. I was just freaked out by the whole idea of it. I thought it was gross. And then I was in a situation where I was like, right, I've nothing else, I've got to use it. And then I've changed my life. I just think it's the best thing ever. And now I have them in my shop. I'm like encouraging people to try them. I've not had any takers yet, because it is a big step, but yeah, I think that for me personally is a really, really beneficial addition to my sustainable choices in life.
Yeah, I was exactly the same actually. I was really, really slow to make the switch because it's such a different concept, and I just, for the longest time, I couldn't get my head around it. And then I think it was after I'd had my eldest daughter, and I was like, well, literally nothing can be any more, out there than that. So yeah, after that, and like you say, it's a complete game changer. And I think you just wouldn't go back once you've not
at all. No.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you very much. And is there anything else that you would like, people to know about you that I haven't touched on, or anything else you think that?
One thing I'm really proud of is the fact that all the waste that has ever been created in terms of producing cosmetics, I've never thrown any of the butters, oils and waxes away, because there's always waste, and it gets saved, gets put into a keg. And I have 5 kilos of that, it gets melted down. I send it to my candle makers, and then they use a small amount of that waste and it goes into my candles. And for me, I think I'm really pleased with that.
That's awesome. You should be.
It makes my brand even more, ticking the zero waste, full circle. And then the glass, the customers can send it back to me, or the people that come into my shop can bring it all back to me, and then it goes back to my candle makers. And those guys that make it, they are also eco warriors themselves. They have a refill shop not far from me over in Manchester. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a brilliant achievement. Well done. Very good. Yeah, but I think everything you're doing at Valley Mist is really good, and you obviously have a really good ethos and really, really care about what you're doing and put a lot of love and passion into your products, and I think that really shows. So yeah, awesome. We're very proud to stock them.
Oh, so. Stop it, make me cry.
I don't want to do that, not on a Friday. All right, well, thank you for your time, Jo. That was awesome. And yeah, have a brilliant rest of your day, and hopefully we will be stocking Valley Mist products for many years to come.
Great stuff.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.